If you guys want to win a £25 Xbox or PlayStation gift card in my April giveaway, all you need to do is leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below and subscribe to my channel. If you're new around here, best of luck and enjoy the video. Hey guys, Youthway here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Team of the Season Most Consistent shortlist, and I'm going to be voting for my 23-man squad. So if you guys do enjoy, leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here as well, and let me know down below your predictions for the Team of the Season Most Consistent. This is in partnership with Foothead. I think EA are doing it with them, so we can vote for the squad, and then they're going to release it in a couple of weeks time. One thing to bear in mind with this though is it's pretty much just going to be all the popular players are going to win. It's going to be a popularity contest. We're not going to see many players from smaller leagues and smaller nations win, just because of the fact that less people watch them, less people know about them, and less people want to use them on Ultimate Team. So in some ways that's good because we're going to get some great cards to use, but in other ways that's bad, as players who are really deserving of getting in may not be included. But we're just going to get straight into it, and you guys can see we start off with Courtois, we've got Chiellini, Oblak, some really big name players in here, high rated players too. Going through the requirements, we need to choose 23 players, maximum of 4 from the same league, which is going to make it quite tricky. I'm going to go through it first and pick a few players, and then I'm going to swap and change and adjust and choose some different players so we can fulfill all the requirements. We also need 2 goalkeepers, or at least 2 goalkeepers, at least 6 defenders, at least 6 midfielders, and at least 3 forwards. Okay, so Courtois I don't think makes the cut. There's a lot of Premier League players in here, so it's going to be really hard to choose between them, and I don't think he gets into that top 4 Premier League players to be included from the shortlist. Chelsea haven't been that good this season, they're 5th. They won the league last year, so they haven't defended it very well, and they haven't been that good defensively either. Courtois obviously one of the main players behind that, and he hasn't been that good defensively, so I'm not going to go with him. Chiellini, I haven't watched much of the events this season, but I know they've been good. They're top of the league, so I'm going to start off going with him, although I may change that a little bit later. Oblak I'm going to go with for sure. Atletico Madrid have been really solid defensively this season. He's been a key player behind that. He's one of the best keepers in the world. Gerard Piqué, 100% I'm going with him. He has been very good this season. Him and Umtiti, 2 of the best centre-backs in the world this season. They've been so solid, and they haven't lost a single game in La Liga. They've been unbeaten for 39 games, which is crazy. I'm then going to go with Marek Hamšík as well. He's been really good for Napoli. I believe they're currently 2nd in the Serie A, which has been quite close and competitive, especially compared to the likes of the Premier League, Bundesliga, Liga 1 and La Liga, where the teams who are top of the table are clear by quite some way. I think Juventus are clear by maybe like 4 or 5 points, but it's been quite close between Roma, Napoli and Juventus. He's been one of the key players behind that with Mertens and Insigne, so I'm going to go with him. And then Javi Martinez as well. I've looked through the shortlist, and trying to fit in 4 players or a maximum of 4 players from the same league makes it quite tricky, so I'm going to go with Martinez. Haven't watched much from the season, but I know that in the absence of Boateng, he's been injured quite a bit. Martinez has been playing there, and they've been pretty solid at the back, and they're doing really well in the league. I think they're like 14 points clear, so I'm going to go with Martinez right there. Busquets, 100% going to include him. He's been so good. He's one of the most underrated players in the world, and he's one of Barcelona's most important players, so definitely going to go with him, given how good they've been this season. We've then got Gomez. I'm not going to go with him. Haven't watched much of him, and I don't think Atlanta or him have been as good as they were last season. Jose Callejon, I could go with him. He's been decent, but I think there have been better players, and from the Serie A there are lots of players, so I don't think he quite makes the cut. There are loads of great players in here. Obviously they've been good this season to get included, but I have to choose a maximum of 4 players from the same league, so a lot of people who've been really good will miss out. Fabinho I know has been good, but there are a lot of Ligue 1 players later on, so it's going to be hard. I'm going to start with Fabinho. I know he's been good this season with Monaco. They haven't been as good as they were last season though. They are quite some way behind PSG, as you would expect after selling a lot of their key players, but I'm going to go with him, although I may change that later on. Sula's been good, Lamar's been good, Bender's been good, Giovinco has too. I'm going to go with Vardy. 100% going to go with Vardy. He's been so good. I think he scored 17 goals in the league. He's the 4th or joint 4th top scorer along with Raheem Sterling. We've then got Alisson. I'm going to go with him, although I may need to change that just because there are so many players from the Serie A in here. But he's been really good at the back for Roma. They've had a really good season. They're in the Champions League semi-finals, which is amazing, and they've been really good defensively, and he's been a key player behind that. Smolov, I think he's been good this season. I think he has. I'm going to go with him just because players in the same league, maximum of 4, we need to keep that going. So he comes from a different league, so I think he could get in there. And he's a player who's got a good card on FIFA, so I think other people will vote for. Boateng, not really too sure, haven't seen much of him, and there are a lot of players from the Bundesliga. Falke, there are too many players from this area. I don't know how good he's been, but I don't think he's been as good as some of the other players who I'll probably vote for instead of him. Rabiot, I know, has been really good for PSG, and they've been great this season, especially in the league, as you would expect. With the squad they've got, they've completely dominated it, and in the midfield, he's been one of their most consistent players, so I'm going to go with him. Belazoglu, I haven't seen much of, so I don't really know. I'm not going to go with him. Fernando, likewise. Jose Gaya. Valencia have been really good this season, so potentially some Valencia players could get in here. I think Kondogbia is coming up later on. He should definitely get in. So I'll keep an eye on him. I may go with Gaya. Malcolm, I'm definitely going to go with. He's been really, really good this season for Bordeaux. He's attracted a lot of interest from Spurs, Man United, some big clubs there, so he may potentially move in the summer. Bergstaller, I'm not sure. I don't think he makes the cut above some of the other players from the Bundesliga. Van Ginkel, haven't seen much of. Sabitzer has been good for RB Leipzig, and I think they're still in the Europa League. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they've been good this season. I'm going to go with him. Then we've got Davies. This is a really tricky one because there's Davies and there's Robertson, and there's just so many good players in the Premier League in their shortlist. And I really can't choose between Davies and Robertson. They've both been really, really good this season. So choosing between the players is quite hard, but Liverpool have had a better season than Spurs. They're currently still in the Champions League. So I'm going to go with Robertson over Davies, although Davies is really good and has had a really good season. And although Doucouré has had a really good season too, I'm not going to go with him just because there are so many other Premier League players. He's definitely in contention. He may get into the Premier League team of the season. The same with Davies, but I don't think Doucouré quite makes the cut in comparison to those other players. Zapata, I believe, has had a good season from what I've heard, but I've already got a lot of Calcio A players, so I can't really include him. Yilmaz, I haven't really seen much of. Pickford, I'm not going to go with, just because, again, Premier League players, we've already got enough keepers as well. Masiello, too many players to go with there. When we get down to some of these lower rated cards, I've already picked a lot of them, so I'll be quite picky. Kearney, I think Fulham have been good this season. I think they're like in the running to get into the Premier League, or at least into the playoffs. So potentially we could go with him. We'll see later on. Neves, I'm going to go with for sure. Wolves got promoted, I think, yesterday. They've been really, really good so far this season, and he's been one of their best players. Marega, I think he got a winter upgrade. I think he's been quite good, but I haven't really seen much of him. Golaski, I think, has been good this season. I think he has. I think he actually got a winter upgrade as well, and RB Leipzig have been pretty decent. Stuani, I think he deserves to get in there. I don't think I can go with any more La Liga players though, which is annoying. I think he's the 4th top scorer with like 17 or 18 goals, playing for Girona, who are newly promoted as well. So he's the top scorer behind Ronaldo, Messi. Messi first, then I think Suarez, then Ronaldo. He's the top scorer behind all of them, so I think he will most likely get in there. I think he does deserve it. And then going down, we have got Kondogbia, we've got Gross in here as well. I'm going to go with Kondogbia for sure, although now we've got too many La Liga players, so we're going to go through and change that a little bit later and remove a player or two, but he has been really good for them this season. Pascal Gross has been really good. He's got like 8 or 9 assists for Brighton, newly promoted as well. He's been probably their best player this season, so I would go with him, but I have so many Premier League players, I can't go with him. Dabo, I'm not sure. I haven't really seen much of. Ferreira, I haven't seen much of. When we get down to these lower rated players, I just haven't seen enough of them really to choose them. Izquierdo, likewise. Rico, I think, has got a winter upgrade, but I haven't seen much of him. Hernandez, Atletico Madrid have been solid at the back this season, but I'm not sure if he's been, if he's played that much. I'm not sure. I expect he has to be included here, but I haven't seen much of him. Mariano's been really good, but I'm not sure. I think I have too many players already from the Liga, and also I need more defenders, so if I go with any from there, it would probably be Kimpembe. But then I may have too many players from that league now, so I'm not sure. Nikolic, we've got him. Harry Maguire. There's a lot of Premier League players who deserve to get in here. Harry Maguire for sure. He's been really good defensively this season. But then also we've got further down, we've got Glenn Murray. He's been good. Bentner, that would be cool to see. Cameron Tierney, I'm going to go with. We've got Sisto. Sisto's been really good. He's got like 10 assists, I think. Max has been really good as well. But then there's a lot of other good defenders. I may go with Max, but we'll see there, because that gets the defenders up. Tarkowski's been really good, but now I have a lot of Premier League players. So I'm going to go with Tarkowski, because I think out of like him, me, Ward, Long, at least one of them should get in, and Tarkowski is nominated here, so I'll go with him. And then slightly further down we do have, I think, there should be Nick Pope somewhere. Wherever he is. Yeah, I'm going to go with Nick Pope, although now I think I probably have too many Premier League players, so we're going to go through and change that a little bit later. Crotone has been good. He could potentially get in there. Akinfenwa, I think, is actually one of the top scorers in the Football League, so he could get in there too, and he's from a different league, so I'm going to go with him. And also, it would just be cool to see a Team of the Season card for Adebayo Akinfenwa. Okay then, so Glenn Murray, he's been good as well. Glenn Murray's been good, but I just have too many Premier League players, I think. So, from the Bundesliga, I think I have too many Bundesliga players and too many Ligue 1 players too. And I still don't have 23 players yet, so now's when I'm going to go and pick some players from other leagues to get included. So let's go through and pick some. Sebastian Giovinco, I'm not sure. Has he been good? I'm not sure. I haven't watched a lot of these players there. I'm going to go with Kearney. That gets us to 23 players. I may change that. I may go with Marega. Do I go with Kearney or Marega? I haven't seen enough of these to pick. It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. Robertson. I need to go with Robertson. Why did I meant to pick Robertson already? Which then means I won't go with... Who had I picked earlier? This is tough. Okay, so now I've got... If we remove Akinfenwa, that gets us to 23. So how many Premier League players have I got? Yeah, I have 4 Premier League players. From the Calciue, I've got... I think I have too many La Liga players, that's it. So from the Calciue, I've got Hamsik there. Ligue 1 players I have too many. So I've got Fabinho, Rabiot, Malcolm, and then also I've got Kimpembe. So actually I have the right amount there. Premier League players I've got enough. Bundesliga I've got Max, and then I've got, I think I have too many La Liga players. Max, Sabitzer, Martinez. But from La Liga I've got Oblak, Piqué, Busquets, and then I've also got down here Stuani and Kondogbia. Out of Stuani and Kondogbia, who least deserves to get in? That's very, very tough. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Stuani just because of the fact that he scored so many goals playing for a newly promoted side. Kondogbia has been really good and would have a better card in Ultimate Team, but I think Stuani deserves it ahead of him just because of what he's done for a newly promoted side. They're doing really well. They're doing a similar job to what Burnley have done this season. They're really high up in the table. I think they're like maybe 6th, maybe even 5th or 7th. They could get into the Europa League and they're a newly promoted side. So I'm going to go with Stuani. And then we just need to pick an extra player to get to 23. So we need one more. So I might go down and pick Akinfenwa again. And there we go. So to go through the vote, I think I like how it's gone. So we've got Akinfenwa, Pope, Tarkowski, Tierney, Max, Robertson, Kimpembe, Stuani, Neves, Kearney, Sabitzer, Malcolm, Rabiot, Smolov, Alisson, Vardy, Fabinho, Busquets, Martinez, Hamsik, Piqué, Oblak, and Chiellini. So this is pretty tough, but I think we've done a good job of it. It is really hard because there are loads of players in here that I think deserve to get in, but because of the fact that you can only have a maximum of 4 players in the same league, it makes it really hard to include all of them. But I think what I've done here is included the majority of the good players on Ultimate Team, but who are also deserving of getting in here. So there may be some players from random leagues that I haven't really watched this season who've been really good and may deserve to get in ahead of other people, but they're not that good in Ultimate Team. So I don't know. There's downsides and there's also kind of positives of having it voted by the community. Obviously there's going to be a better squad for people to use on Ultimate Team, but some players aren't going to get in there. I still hope that the likes of Busquets, who really deserve to get in, still get in, just because no one really uses Busquets on this game, but he's been so good that he deserves to get in. I'm not sure, but anyway, that's the vote. We're going to submit it. You guys can go and do this as well. I'm going to tweet that out right now. If you're not following me on Twitter, it's down below. Go and follow me. But there we go. We're going to tweet that out right now. And yeah, you guys can also go and choose your own team of the season, so I'll leave a link down below there. But anyway, hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a like if you did enjoy. Let's try and smash 100. Also, if you guys are new around here, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.